Hello there, and welcome to today's Daily Dominion. We have a few different things going on here. Sort of interesting, actually. There's a little bit of village and draw, so we do have some building that we can do here. Normally, warehouse weaver would be pretty powerful. Actually, maybe that's just the play. Maybe don't buy the engine at all. So, or build the engine at all. How fast is that empty? Is the question. So Weaver is this reaction that you can play when you discard it, and Warehouse, shuffles and sees a lot of cards, or draws and sees a lot of cards for discarding. So you could potentially rush down, say, the Weavers, the Warehouses, and the Gardens pretty fast here, or potentially Estates or Engineers even. You could have an engineer per shuffle, or an engineer or two per shuffle would be fine, because you can always play you can't always play the Weavers non-terminally. So that would be a kind of a rush deck we could play here. The alternative is to try and build up with bandit camps and swashbucklers and sanctuaries, probably opening maroon, silver to do that, and then get to a point where you're doing alliances and like sanctuarying the junk a few times, or the green cards rather. And that deck will also, at the end of the day, have a lot of points for gardens, but it'll certainly be quite a bit slower to build up. And Swashbuckler Bandit Camp have a nice interaction as far as activating the swashbucklers. So it'll be quite strong once it gets going, but it'll be a little slow. And so the question is actually like, how long of a game does the Weaver Warehouse deck allow you to have? And I think that's like a reasonable question to ask yourself here. If you were playing against a human, I think either approach should be able to beat whatever the AI will do, frankly. Trying to think which one I'm mentally prepared to play here. If I'm awake enough to do the engine correctly. It's not fast because you gotta buy fives over and over, but then eventually it's gonna be quite good. A hireling or two might be pretty nice for that deck. Probably not much beyond that. Alright, I'm gonna just try the Weaver thing. I think it'll be kind of fun. We'll see what the AI has in store for us. We're gonna spend $4 buys on Weavers pretty much exclusively. Well, I shouldn't say exclusively, but how many estates do we? So this is 2 estate Weavers, 2. Okay, probably buy an engineer, maybe buy nothing. We need to get another warehouse into the shuffle for sure. But we can get, oh no, there must have been another estate somewhere. Okay. Just gonna keep doing this. We can afford a warehouse here. Now here we miss, I think I will I? We can always just take a candlestick maker. It's not bad for the deck either. So here we're going to try and get a lot of weavers and then get another. We maybe should take 2 warehouses here, actually. I'm not sure. I mean, under like dream draw conditions, having more of the weavers is a little better. But okay. That was a great draw. I don't know if we take the estates. Like, the AI is going to get confused here soon and start buying gardens as well. Probably. So we're at 19 points on turn 9. It's pretty good. We are going to be able to empty the gardens right now. We probably can empty the estates just as fast as emptying the warehouses at this point. They may get to do alliance once, yeah. Then this turn should be game. They may get to alliance twice. No, they didn't quite have enough for that. What do we want to gain? A maroon? Yeah, let's get a maroon. An engineer for good measure. Okay, and that upped our gardens as well. So we did okay. I don't know that the alliance stuff is gonna be. I don't know that an engine. Obviously, the AI isn't like playing this correctly, but there was just not a lot of time there. So, this kind of deck is not always the most interesting thing to play, especially against a human opponent. Sometimes it just breaks badly for one person or the other. But it is a kind of a nice demonstration of Weaver's powers. Weaver is actually really good in a lot of situations. So Warehouse is certainly one of its best friends. So nice to see that. And we just had gardens here to make the rush pretty straightforward. Because it wasn't. Sometimes you have Weaver. They're not necessarily rushes, but the $4 action cards are so good that something like this pays off really big. Like if we had a village and a smithy or something, you could do the same deck, and it would probably just 3-pile on the actions. And it wouldn't be a points rush, but you would inevitably 3-pile just because that would be the way you were building the engine. And maybe someone gets some provinces at some point, but anyway, so pretty simple deck, very clean. These other cards were not in the deck. There were only 6 cards essentially in the deck. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you all tomorrow.